I always wanted to be a Navy SEAL. That's just what I wanted to do. So I trained, my butt off while I was in Afghanistan to be a Navy SEAL. Every day that we got mortared, every day that I woke up, all I had on my mind was becoming a Navy SEAL. And it got to a point to where we were getting mortared so much, and I honestly didn't think I was gonna make it home. So in my mind, I let go of everyone. And I told myself that if I were to make it out of here alive, I'm gonna be a Navy SEAL and I'm gonna come back over here, And I got back home and I still had that mindset. I let everybody go and I came home to a new daughter, and I didn't know how to comfort them. My wife and kid at the time, brand new kid. I just didn't know how to do it because I didn't have that emotion inside me. So later find out I had somewhat of PTSD, and my wife didn't understand it, and so didn't my daughter, So I still tried to go for the Navy SEAL, and I got denied, and I was depressed. I resorted to drinking. Then one day I just decided to be the biggest dude in the gym. That was my goal, and I've been hitting the gym ever since then. My marriage was a little bit rocky, but whose isn't, at the time. So that's what I was thinking. So fast forward, we go ahead and go to California, and it's time for me to go on deployment. You know what I mean? I already had a show under my belt in 2014. I wasn't serious about bodybuilding. I just wanted to do it just to say I did it, So I went on deployment. I was still married, and I thought I was gonna come back home, just like how I left it. You know what I mean? So 2 months in, I get a Dear John letter, pretty much, because I've been hearing through the grapevine from my homies and whatnot that my wife was getting flowers and getting attention and whatnot. So I called and asked what's up, and I was getting blocked from Facebook from her, and I know how it is being a guy and being sneaky, because I've done that myself. And to get that type of treatment, it was karma at its finest. But like I said, I got the Dear John letter saying that she's leaving me. She found somebody else, and it really hurt me. It really did, because I never thought that my wife would leave me, And I try to kid myself thinking that I'd be okay and that I can go get other women, but it didn't turn out that way, because I turned into an emotional and destructive wreck. Just the thought of another man holding my wife, the thought of another man holding my daughter, and my daughter looking at him as a father, you know what I mean? I just lost that. And the thing is, I couldn't do anything about it. All I had was the internet, so I'm in the middle of the ocean. I can't do anything. I can't go over there and try to win my wife's heart back, you know what I mean? And like I said, I turned into an emotional wreck. I try to work all the time, and I would just go into tears, or I'd go into rages out of nowhere. I would cry myself to sleep at night, and I would try not to think about it because it hurt so much. But it got to the point to where it was hurting so bad and I couldn't get over it, that I forced myself to think about it. Because I knew if I forced myself to think about it, to think about another man holding my daughter, to think about my daughter calling another man dad, to think about my wife sleeping with another man, the more and more I thought about it, I knew I would get over it. And that's whenever the gym came to be. I went to the gym every day, sometimes twice a day. It's the only thing that took my mind off of losing my family. And eventually, I got over it. And with that came maturity, because I thought a lot of what I did in the past, and I'm happy for her. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's all she wanted to do, was be happy. She didn't want a guy who got a lot of attention and played games, But I never thought it would end like that. So at the end of the day, I'm proud of her, and I'm happy for her that she's living the life that she wanted. But I nearly committed suicide, you know what I mean? I almost got kicked out of the Navy twice. Like, people don't know this. Like, I was a drunken and violent wreck. I was getting in fights. I was coming on the boat, like, belligerent, like, just no care in the world. I didn't care about my job anymore. I didn't care about anything. I just cared about lifting. And the thing is, people really don't know that bodybuilding saved my life. And I know, as cliche as that sounds, like, it really did. Nobody should deserve to go through the pain that I went through of losing your family and you being stranded in the middle of the ocean and not being able to do anything about it. So that from then on out, I said I was going to live a positive and good life, a happy life, and she changed my life. Like, I got home with a brand new physique because I trained every day, and it turned into something that I never thought it would turn into. You know, I get so much love and support from everybody else now. It's just overwhelming sometimes, and that's why I appreciate it so much. That's why I appreciate people, and that's why I work so hard, is because I don't want to let anybody down. They don't know who I am. They don't know what I've been through, but something in their heart and their mind is telling them to believe in me. And I take that very serious, you know? So when I say that I do this for the people who believe in me, like, I really mean it. And for the people who don't know what I've been through, this is their chance to listen, you know? It hurts sometimes, it really does, but, you know, every man has their own journey that they have to go through, and we all have our ups and downs, and it's just how you deal with them, pretty much, so.